So I'm bringing this car to a vintage BMW auto show today to actually see what people think about LS swapping a E36 BMW. That's a very beautiful. So I'm at a car show with my car. However, I kind of don't fit in. I'm at a vintage BMW car show, but I brought this. It's kind of like not using your blinker and wearing jean shorts at the same time. Pretty cool. This is the vintage car show that they have at the Saratoga Auto Museum once a summer. And it's only open to cars that are, you know, BMWs older than 1999, so like E36s. So the E36 actually qualifies for this. But there's cars going back to the 1970s, 60s, some really great cars here. There's a bunch of E30 M3s that I wasn't expecting to see. And there's an old M6 that I'm about to show you here that I just think is awesome. I'm the only LS swapped car here. This thing is cherry. I don't care what car it is, but if it's a BMW, Apexes make it look so good. Sticks out a little bit, huh?
Here it is. And what turbo's in this?
It's a BorgWarner SX E372. So it's
cobble the numbers on the back to say 360 LS.
Yeah, so I got the new 328 logo, or no, the 330 logo, and then I got a 760 Li logo, and the S actually is the original from the 325 IS, and so I just made 360 LS. I'm not sure if I should get the 2002 Turbo logo and like put that below or maybe over here, because it is a turbo, right? Cool. I don't think you should slap an M badge on a non-M car, yeah, especially if it has a Chevrolet power plant. So
yeah, totally.
But I do like these. I had these refinished. They came out pretty good. So I had Elite done do it. Okay. Yeah, they did a good job. In East Greenbush. So the whole harness is a swap harness. So everything inside the car here is part of the harness. It goes right into the old BMW fuse box, and then it all goes in the DME there, and then the new fuse box is there, all done by Wiring Specialties. So it's a plug and play harness. My tack works, odometer works, water pump, all gas gauge, everything in the body harness works.
Do you put a Corvette engine in?
It's actually a 6-liter out of a pickup truck. But the coil packs are so ugly, don't look at them. Yeah. So over the winter, I'm going to shave this down, fill this in, and I'm going to get GMW printed on this. So it'll say GMW on it, because it's a 360 LS, technically.
You might need that.
There's a turbocharger down here, though. So I'm hoping to make 700 horsepower at the tire once it gets tuned next month, and I think I should be able to do it pretty easily. So yeah, these engines, you can get them. They're not as big as you think. It's a little wider than the 6-cylinder that I pulled out, but it actually sits further back in the engine bay than the original 6-cylinder. So there's a lot more room in the front. I got Camaro accessories, so it actually recesses back a little bit more, and that's an LS6 intake. The truck intake would stick up to here. I wouldn't be able to shut the hood. But all the Camaro and Corvette accessories and intake parts and heads, they're all interchangeable with the truck engines. So you can get the iron truck engine and just put Corvette parts on it, and you essentially have an iron block version of a Corvette motor.
Oh, those are big. Everybody.
Yeah, it's a T56 out of a Pontiac GTO. It's got a McLeod RST clutch, so that's supposed to handle around 800 horsepower at the wheel. It's kind of grabby, and you get a little chatter at low speeds, but that's normal with them. Drivability is still pretty fine. I mean, I probably get on the highway in 6th gear, maybe still 25, 30 miles to the gallon. Yeah, maybe not now because it's running really rich, so I'm probably burning through gas more than I need to.
If you're ever in the upstate New York area, make sure you check out the Saratoga Auto Museum. They have some really rare cars like this Lamborghini Miura, as well as a bunch of other cars that have been raced in New York at some point. They had this really great 1963 split window Corvette that I have a soft spot for those. So if you're ever up in the area, make sure you check it out right near downtown Saratoga.
I call it, it's a GMW.
A GMW?
Yeah.
Great.
Turbo's down underneath here.
Yeah.
Clean install. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. I mean, there's some stuff that's kind of rusty on it, but it's old. I welded this here. The turbo's down there. This is a specific E36 LS swap aluminum radiator, high flow, meant for high horsepower applications.
Big electric fan.
Yep, big electric fan. It still has power steering, ABS, power brakes.
What'd you do about it?
It was actually interesting to see what people were talking about, because a lot of people liked it, but there's still some people that were like, your vintage BMW homers, this is sacrilege, you took out a perfectly good BMW engine. I would argue that you might be true if this was an S52 car, but it was an M50 car. So the M50 engine was old and tired and really wasn't going to make the power that I wanted to, at least for the money that I wanted to spend, or sound this way. So I don't really agree with that. I think this car is awesome the way it is. It's got a lot of power now. Hopefully once it gets tuned, I'll really get to rip this thing. And I still think it keeps its BMW characteristics. It's still probably 50-50 weight distribution. The engine and transmission are a little heavier, but it's recessed further back in the car, so it's not as front heavy. So yeah, I don't really agree with some of the people that say that the car is not a true BMW, or that I committed BMW sacrilege. It's a GMW. That's why I call it a GMW. It's kind of like wearing jean shorts and New Balance sneakers, but you don't use your turn signal. So all in all, it was a fun time. Got to see a lot of cool cars, a lot of vintage cars. I'm into old BMWs. Got just about 200 miles on the car now since I've done the swap. So the car runs a little weird just because I think it's just been so rich the way that the tune is. I think I might have fouled out a plug. So it's starting to misfire now if I really get into it, but it's actually running better if I'm taking it easy, because I adjusted the base fuel pressure to what it's supposed to be, 58 PSI. Not really going to drive it that much anymore. I want to kind of work on the body a little bit, get some of the kinks worked out on that, raise the car up a little bit with the suspension, because it sits pretty low and the back tires rub, I think. So what's next going to be do those things, and then try to get into New Age Hot Rods to do my tune within the next few weeks. I hope. They're pretty backed up, they're very busy, but hopefully they'll be kind enough and get this thing really tuned so I can really start driving it and opening it up.